Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Hello and welcome to the #1 rated podcast dealing with eBay and taxes. This is the DeathPiles and Taxes show.
Man, I like that sound of that.
I think that has to be true.
It's got to be true. I don't
I've
know.
said it now, so it's true. My name is Derek Everett, and I'm here with my good personal friend. At least so far, we're still friends. This early into an episode, Adam Beasley.
Well, thanks for having me in there, D-Roy.
Hey, thanks for having me at the nice palatial estate of the Adam Up Accounting Studio.
You better believe it, buddy.
And this is, did I already say episode 33?
I think you did.
Well, if I didn't, then it is still episode 33 of DeathPiles and Taxes.
I didn't know if we already turned over to episode 34. They were that good.
They're that good. So, Adam, the inquiring minds want to know, how was your California trip?
Man, it was a good time had by all.
And was the whole state of California just happy to have you?
Pretty much. I got to go over something with you, though.
Okay.
There's this technology. I'm not sure if you've ever heard it. Okay? It's like I got there and I didn't have any friends to pick me up. So like I pushed this little app thing and somebody came and picked me up and then took me to my hotel.
There's a lot of stories that start that way and you'd end up without a kidney. Have you checked to see if you have a kidney?
I'm pretty sure I got all my extremities.
Is it called the You Don't Have a Friend, but if you pay me, I'll drive you around app?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, there you go.
Man, I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, you and me both.
I met several good people driving. Can you believe that?
I can believe that you would find people to drive and just chat them up.
Some hustlers. Some like legitimate hustlers. Because they're just like the people here on the internet trying to sell it. Now, if you don't know, I'm referring to this big, bad, magical machine called Uber.
I don't know if you were an Uber or a Lyft man, so I didn't dare offend you.
I'm an Uber guy.
You would be an Uber guy.
Do
Do you do the Uber when you drive with other people?
I tried
The
it.
Uber pool?
I tried the Uber pool from San Jose up to my brother's house in Alameda.
And no one wanted to ride with you or what?
No, there was 2 kids in the back.
You said you tried it. I don't know if it was successful.
It was successful. I tried it, and then new friend of the program told them all about the podcast because, we get chatting. Jennifer.
Did you make sure that she downloaded the show?
We were there and did it on
Okay, as long as you verified.
We verified. She'll be listening. I told my Uber friends. So we've got Uber, Eric, and Xylan.
And Eric and Xylan?
Yeah.
Go ahead and play that in your Uber as you're driving the good folks around, and maybe you can get some more listeners.
I mean, they were all hustling. Like,
It is. I mean, it's the gig economy. We've talked about it before, but it's just extra ways to make extra money.
extra ways to extra money. And I thought, you know what? Selling stuff on eBay is just the same thing.
It's a different branch, but it's the same tree, that's for sure.
Like, I get it, Uber, you get it right then and there, but selling stuff on eBay, it's another way to hustle and make some money.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that you were out fellowshipping and spreading the good word of the DeathPiles and Taxes podcast show.
Well, you know what? Kind of how the conversation came up. Every one of them are independent contractor.
Yeah.
So we talked about taxes.
You said, hey, who does your taxes?
Well, I
know a guy.
I talked about kind of the responsibilities about keeping track of mileage, downloading, if you use Spotify or pay for Pandora, those are all tax deductible expense because you use it while you're driving.
I never thought about it that way.
Your cell phone.
Your cell phone, yeah.
Your meals while you're on the road. I mean, these are all, like I said, you're your own boss, so you might as well take care of the deductions.
Were they happy to hear all this
Oh,
information?
heck yeah. I mean, it was really good. My last drive, it was early. Like, it was about 4:15 in the morning to the airport.
That's awful.
And that's all we talked about. And here's the best part. All in Spanish.
So you're one of those guys that just likes to chat it up at 4:15 in the morning.
Well, what else are you going to do? Sit in the back and fall asleep?
Yes.
The best part is, dude, he was awesome because you know what he did? He drove me over to the 7-Eleven and I got a Diet Mountain Dew fountain drink.
There you go. He said, first off, when you stop over that 7-Eleven,
Yes.
Second off, I'm going to chat your ear off on the way to
Well,
the airport.
he kept asking me questions.
That's good. You must have tickled his fancy.
Well, because I always, talk about it and say, how long you been driving? And he told me, and I kind of told him what he's doing. Like, well, hey, can you tell me, like, if I got to file taxes, what do I got to keep track of?
Yeah, well, if I have to file taxes.
Well, I'm like, well, pretty much everyone has to file taxes. So it was a good time.
Hey, and are the cars then, are they deductible if they have a lease or a car? How's that work?
That's a great question, because that's what he asked. He asked about renting the vehicle. And I said, well, if you're renting the vehicle, then the amount that you're renting the vehicle for would be deductible. And then your actual purchases, your fuel and any repairs you do on the vehicle, insurance that you have to have on the vehicle, not mileage on the vehicle because it's not your vehicle.
Okay, because I've wondered that before. It's getting more popular. I mean, obviously in larger cities, it's a, bona fide deal. It's the real deal. Holyfield, as we used to say back in the 90s.
Real deal Holyfield.
But it's coming more this way, but you have to have certain specifications with your cars. They have to be certain age, certain, all this stuff. And if you're into it,
Yeah.
I've wondered, well, if you were to buy the car, could you deduct all that? Because really around here, you'd have to drive to a bigger city on the weekends for the most part.
Yeah.
And do the kind of airport runs and that kind of thing, or people coming out of the bars and that.
Funny thing, okay, same distances from the hotel to the airport. It all depends on timing, man. It's all timing. Is when I flew in, it was about 11:30. Huge number of people that were getting off the airplanes, and there was a huge rush. Cost me $55. When I went at 4:15 in the morning, it was $25.
Not a lot of people there at 4:15 in the morning needing rides around town.
Supply and demand.
I'm surprised this guy was up that early.
Dude, people drive. They're all over, man.
I guess he probably was up late,
Hustling.
just about ready to go to bed, probably.
I got a word for you. Echándole.
Okay.
Echándole. That means we kind of, because there's different words and things. That means hustling in Spanish.
I was telling you some Spanish words the other day, and you told me to stop saying it.
Yeah, you can't say those ones.
I just say what I'm taught.
Well, you need to quit learning those things.
I don't know.
Yeah, so.
I don't know what echándole means.
It means hustling, man.
I'm an echándolero.
You are a chandelier. Hustle.
We'll have to verify. I don't know if I can trust you. You might have me just cursing up a blue streak right
I
now.
would not do that on this podcast.
Not on this podcast, but you were going to say to me, and then you had to stop and say, no, I wouldn't do that to him.
That's not true. So that's what I did. It was a wonderful time in the big California. I went out there for a trip. Met with the good people at Intuit over there, the makers of QuickBooks, working on how to better train people. Anyone who's listening to this podcast, who's running a business, hopefully you're keeping track of your income and expenses. And if you're not, you're probably making it up at the end of the year, which is not good. And you're probably paying more in taxes because you spend more than you realize.
That's the thing. When you start making things up, you end up probably cheating yourself more than what you actually think you're doing.
Yes. And honestly,
Or you're just ridiculous and you're going to get audited.
People think, this is the whole stigma of America. People think, well, if it's cash, I don't have to claim it. False. That is fake news. You've got expenses to go against it. There's no reason to not make sure you're tracking everything. Put it in your income, put it in your bank so that you can keep track of what you're doing. Because I can almost guarantee those types of transactions, you're spending it.
Oh, well, yeah, or you're burying your cash out back in the coffee pot. And
You're doing something with it, and you want to keep track of it anyways. So
yeah, no, you got to declare, or else there's nothing going to be there for you.
It's going to come back to you. So I was out there working on some educational purposes for helping to train people on their software.
How was your message received?
Oh, extremely well. I mean, they had me come out there to meet with them. They flew a guy out from Australia just for this meeting.
Did you say that you lived in Australia and maybe you could make a trip to Australia back after this meeting?
They wanted to bring me to their campus. Where their office is, it's Facebook, Google, and then Intuit's right in between.
I've heard of those.
You ever heard of those places?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a pretty good time. It was.
They give you the tour around? Is it one of those places where they have scooters and indoor catering?
Oh yeah.
Flying cars.
Every 2.5 hours, you went out to the little waiting area, and there was more food.
Here's some parfaits, Mr.
Oh yeah,
Beasley.
they had parfaits.
I know.
We had enchiladas. They had Tajikian chicken or some curry stuff. Then they had these huge amounts of fruits and vegetables. like cheese and pepperoni plates.
They just had it all for you. Just sit there and you said, "Don't mind if I do."
Don't mind if I do.
Now I got an idea for you.
All right, give me your idea.
No, I'm in your meeting. Keep the meeting going so you can get more food.
It was a good time.
Go ahead and go down to. Did you make friends with your Australian man?
I did. Oh yeah, heck yeah. He was in my he was in my group.
Oh, okay.
So interesting circumstance. I'm not a big kind of group meeting kind of guy. I know that might come as a surprise to you.
Well, when you're chatting up a guy at 4 in the morning driving into the airport, yeah.
Well, whoa, that was the dinger to tell me to get going on my story. Anyways, they kind of get you in these groups, and it was really good. And I get why they do it. They kind of go from a big shotgun approach. You spray it, and then you try and narrow it down, and got some really good things we're working on. So it's a good time had by all.
Oh man, well you were busy over there in California. We've been holding down the fort back this way.
So you tell me, how was your week, buddy?
It was really good week. Did some sourcing. What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
I couldn't wait. I had to drink.
Well, you're telling everyone that it's a Zoo 30.
I think it's about a due 45 right now.
Yeah, I got here and he had things hidden from me. We had to take a special trip. Adam's not going to want me to say this, but he's left the room right now. We had to take a special trip over. He's lost his computer somewhere, and then came back and he had to go to the bathroom, so I had to wait for him to get here and do this. But since he's not here, I'm not going to edit this part out because he doesn't know this is being said. So he'll be fine. Just don't anyone tell him that I told you all that. Anyways, is he coming back here? I need to get back on topic if he is. Yeah, so I saw on eBay and went down to Walmart, like we've been talking about the Walmart clearance, right? You remember that?
Well, there's some skirmishing going on while I was gone. Wait, was anything? Did I miss anything?
No, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, just telling folks what we've been up to.
I was trying to find this little toy that they gave me at Intuit.
All right.
I was just searching.
Were you at Intuit? Yeah, because you said next to you was Facebook, and then the other side was
in between.
or something.
We were into it, like in between them.
So I've been talking a lot about this Walmart clearance. We've been talking the last couple weeks about it.
Oh yeah,
I remember. Retail arbitrage.
I remember.
And the funny part is, I get a lot of text messages from people. I think probably even you included, and everyone's like, "Yeah, did you not go to this Walmart? I got a cart full of stuff." And then the next day, looks like you missed this one.
Oh yeah,
cart full of stuff, right? So they must reload or whatever. Well, I was up at a Walmart. What do you call them? Walmart Business Center. I don't even know what they call themselves. They have some name for it.
Distribution center?
No, like the actual store, like Superstore or something like that. Mega Center, Megaloplex.
We got the Fresh Market one where they just have vegetables.
No, that would be the Fresh Market Walmart, where they just have vegetables.
The Super Walmart?
There you go, down to the Super Walmart.
They don't even make like the other Walmarts anymore. They all have food.
I don't know what the other Walmarts are.
Target?
So the other Walmarts are Target.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Just, you were at Walmart.
I was at Walmart. Go to the clearance section.
Sure.
Well, you want a podcast show or not?
Well, I don't know the difference. Walmart is Walmart. Was one bigger than the other Walmart?
Yes.
Yeah, the only two sizes are like the fresh Walmart and the big Walmart.
Well, now you're telling me Target's a Walmart, so I don't know.
You were in the clearance section at Walmart.
I was in the clearance section at Walmart doing my due diligence.
Okay.
Grab an item, scan it, look up my completed and sold, right?
All right.
And I'm doing pretty well, so I'm stacking the cart full. I'm grabbing similar items. If one's worth, $20, then every one of those is worth $20. I don't have to multiple scan the same item. So
Certainly.
boom, 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 boom. Fill up the cart, and I start to kind of get me a little bit of an audience.
Yeah.
People are like, what's this guy doing? And they're kind of sitting there staring and kind of walking slow around me because this is just, trash to them. And finally some guy comes up to me and says, "Are those some sort of collector's items or something? What are you doing here?" I said, yeah, something like that. I'm just, stocking up for Christmas and birthdays and lots of gifts because I don't want to say, "Oh, I'm reselling these on the internet," then they lynch you out of town, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Yeah, kind of, just getting ready for the holidays are coming up. Got birthday presents, Christmases, just gonna make a lot of kids happy.
Just take care of the kids.
So then I go to check out, and I don't do the self-scan when you got basically,
Several.
you got a basket full or whatever you want to call it, a trolley. Some people call them a trolley. Some people call them a cart.
Sure.
So I got a cart full is what I'd call it, but some people might call it a trolley full. So I go up there and I start unloading, and the look on the lady's face that has to scan all these is just like
She's disgusted.
bewilderment and like, I don't know why I have to work here.
Yeah.
So she looks at me and she goes, "Well, you must be a fan." Because it was some of my wrestling figures in there with some other stuff mixed up.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh yeah, I'm a fan." Huh. Beep. Beep. Beep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that because you were buying all these. Mm-hmm. Good deduction. Beep. 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 You know you got several of the same ones. Did you know you got several of the same ones? I said, yeah, it's you got your personal collection, then you got birthdays and Christmas. That's my new go-to. You got birthdays and Christmas coming up. I need to keep everyone happy. Beep, beep, beep. So you got other people that you know that are fans too, and then you just buy presents and stuff for them. Yeah, basically that's what I do. So that was one of my Walmart experiences. I don't know if I'm gonna share them all with you because you didn't seem to like that one that much. So you must be a fan.
No, I've seen the same. I had the same thing. Like the lady looked at me like, "What are you buying all those little wrestling figurines for?" Said to birthday gifts and Christmas. Yeah,
That's the go-to.
That's a go-to.
What's the yard sale go-to for you when somebody wants to know what you're buying all this stuff for?
I didn't do a whole lot of yardies this summer. Just didn't make it out. It wasn't that I didn't have fun doing it, but it takes a lot more. I'm more driving around, I'm more getting in, getting out, and we just had a little more enjoyable time going to the big thrift places.
Yeah.
It was just your one-stop shop. So
One stop, that stop.
but obviously you can get some really good places at yard sales, and that just wasn't our thing this summer. So
Well, there's always next summer.
yeah, and that's the thing. There's still summer
There's
left.
still summer left. Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone thinks that summer's over because kids go back to school.
Oh,
That
yeah.
doesn't really affect me. If it's still warm outside, I don't.
Still
Kids are in
90s.
school or not. Doesn't
Yeah.
really affect me much. But everyone's bemoaning that summer's over, and
Yeah, there's
You know.
still plenty of stuff to do. So, so got a question for you. Again, we're getting some good feedback. Not sure if you saw this, but been doing a little more advertise for us, a little more pushing out there, and we're getting people following us, getting some new people,
getting them stalkers out looking through your window.
new friends of the program. Several of them are old friends from the Big P town, Pahrump.
Well, I'm happy to have them.
We like those people.
The more the merrier. And while you're there, make sure you don't lose us by subscribing or liking us or whatever you do with whatever you're listening to us on.
So if you found us through our Facebook, listen to our podcast, review us on Google, or what do you call it?
Oh, we got the Google.
Apple.
We got Google.
Google.
We got Apple. We got the
YouTube.
wherever you find the finer podcasts alive. That's where we will be.
Yeah, so appreciate all that. The Pahrump friends, got kids I grew up with, my old baseball coach.
Oh wow,
Good people.
you got them all. Yeah, go ahead and give it a follow. And yeah, you won't. The reason to subscribe is it just lets other people know that this is, it helps the analytics. So you subscribe, you give us a good review. People looking for shows with this kind of content can find us easier, and it helps us stay in business a little longer. So it's just not me and Adam talking in tin cans back to forth to each other.
I really think we're going to hit that Uber driver kind of.
You think the Uber drivers? You think it's just going to start spreading between them?
I do. I think it's another way to hustle.
I'm telling you what, I'm going to take the Lyft drivers. Maybe I'll get that big rivalry. You take the Uber drivers, I'll take the Lyft drivers, and we'll see who listens more.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
If you listen and you drive for Uber or Lyft, in order for this to happen, you have to let us know which company you work for and let us know.
That's right. So
let us know.
my friends I drove with in California this weekend, yeah, let them know. Let them know.
So I received a weird message the other day.
Was it your buddy in Nigeria says, Mr. Derek, you're my great cousin. I want you to send me your bank account, and I send you $1 million.
I mean, we're in the process. That's about to clear. And once it does, you're gonna really regret some of the things you said during tax time of me giving all that money to him.
That's right. Didn't you have to send him like your bank account and like $800?
I didn't have to send him my bank account yet. What you do is you send him first off, you just have to send $200 so they can clear some things. There's some paperwork to be done. After that happens, I have to send him a couple $1,000 for them to hold it. And they got taxes over there just like we do here.
Of course.
Once they clear that up, now I'm going to give them my bank account with my rotor information, not my routing, but my rotor information, so that he can deposit $20,000 to me just to see if it goes through.
Make sure it works. Yeah.
Now after that happens, what's going to happen is there's $5.7 million
Whoa.
that was for me because I am royalty actually. So you're going to call me Your Highness here pretty soon, and we're going to have a big house, and we're going to have the best podcast studio ever. I'll build a whole house just for a podcast studio once all this clears. And he gets back to me every 2 or 3 months with some more instructions, and it's just, you know how government work is.
Sure.
A lot of red tape.
I get it.
A lot of red tape.
That's the funny message you got this work, Your Hiney.
So when you're telling me that I'm being scammed and that I shouldn't be giving this guy any more money, that he's a crook, when he's just trying to make me independently wealthy from doing nothing, it's really hurtful. And he said to tell you to stop it.
I'm sorry. So I will no longer tell you that. No, it's just a lie. You're
getting scammed.
You're an idiot.
We're just having some fun here. No, I got an eBay related message. This is an eBay podcast show. I'm not just didn't tell you.
Is that somebody else that called you? You're the card master?
No. This is somebody. So I sold this person an item.
Okay.
And it was one of our multi-level marketing type items.
Great.
And they contact me and they're like, "Hey, this is a fake item. I can't believe you're selling this on eBay and that they're going to let you do this. And I'm going to
fake item.
I'm going to turn you in. This is counterfeit." And I said, now most people up in arms, right? Like, that's not counterfeit. I'm not selling that. You're trying to scam me. I hate you. I'm going to hunt you down, and I'm going to, make sure you never buy something on eBay again. And you're just trying to get this for free, right?
Wasting your time.
That's what most people think.
Yeah.
Off the bat. I said, "Well, friend," and you used the word friend in the message. "Well, friend, I don't know what item you got, but what I sent you definitely wasn't counterfeit. Now, did you get the wrong item? If that's the case, we can fix this. Or are you sure it was from me?" "It was from you," and it was said the item. And I said, "Now, did you notice this is an older version number, as was put in the description? They have a newer version. This is the older model. And so it's not counterfeit. I picked it up right from their warehouse. I got boxes of them in the garage. I've sold thousands of this item. So it's not counterfeit. But again, if you're not happy with it, send it back to me. That's fine." "Oh, I didn't realize that. Not only it works great, I'm going to buy several more of these from you now. Thanks for the insight. Thanks for talking with me." So it went from a situation that most people will have said, "This person's trying to scam me. They're just ripping off the internet. They know it's the right item. Blah, 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 blah." To cooler heads prevail. Hey, now we're buddies. Now they're going to keep buying the stuff from me.
I got a new segment. Derek the Diffuser.
Well, I mean, people, and I understand why people get up in arms, and I'm not going to say there's not people out there trying to take advantage of situations on online selling, but most of the time, like if you have an item and you've researched it for 2 or 3 hours, you're probably more of an expert on that item than 90% of the population, even people trying to buy it, right?
Sure.
So this is one of those situations where this person's probably just got into this MLM thing.
Yeah.
And they're buying some of the items because I'm selling it for cheaper than they can buy it for them at the store, obviously, or the distributor or whatever. And they just got it, and it doesn't look like it looks in their catalog or online. So then they're like, "Well, this must be fake."
Yeah.
Well, the truth is, it's just an older version, like I said, but they don't know there was older versions and all that because they're new to this company.
Yeah.
"Oh, look, it works just the same. Whatever, why they discontinued it or not, it was probably just
change the packaging.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
Yeah, the point is, now I got me a fan for life, and then when they go to their little meetings, they're going to say, "Hey,
check this guy
look
out.
at this, and this guy's going to take good care of you. Tell him that we're buddies. He calls me a friend, and buy from him."
So, question for you, Derek the Diffuser. We had somebody who, we sent him an item, it was a shirt. When we sent it, it was in good condition, everything. They sent us a message back saying, "Hey, there's a hole in this shirt." And then we looked at it, and sure enough, there was a small hole in it, and they wanted a refund.
Well, I'd say, sorry, I missed that. Was it in the pictures? I don't know if it was or wasn't. If it's in the pictures, I'd say, "Hey, we showed it in the pictures. We tried to do a good description. ultimately, if they want a refund, they can get a refund from you.
And so we just kind of, it wasn't sold for very much. It was like $20. You know, I think we paid $2 for the shirt or something. So it's not the end of the world. So just to avoid the hassle of going back and forth, we refunded them half their money.
That's what I was going to say. Either offer them a partial, say, hey, we missed it, you missed it,
Yeah.
half your money, or if you want to make them jump through the hoop, say, hey, we're happy to take it. Just go through eBay's return process, and we'll settle up when it gets here. Because they don't want to print off the labels. They don't want to go to the post office. But in eBay's eyes, you're doing everything right for customer service at that point.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've had to learn too. When you look through even the older vintage shirts or whatever, newer shirts, you got to look. Sometimes there's those small holes or stains that you miss.
Yeah.
They're in these weird spots. And if that's the case, I usually just make sure I take a picture of it. Then I'll put it in the description or somewhere, see pictures above, small hole,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So if it does come back, you can say, no, it's there in the description
in the
and in the pictures. You got this for $20 instead of $50.
Yeah.
If you want to return it. And then you kind of turn it, the ball's in their court. If they want to continue with it, whatever. If not, and if they leave you negative feedback at that point, you can go to eBay and say, hey, I was trying to solve the problem. It was their choice. It's what they picked. So.
Yeah.
Diffused, instead of saying, this guy's trying to scam me, and I know that didn't have a hole in it, and he went and took a knife to it, and now he wants his money back.
Listen here, Derek from Mozambique. You're trying to scam me.
The King of Mozambique.
Mozambique.
So, yeah, also, I guess I'll keep rolling. Is that what we're going to keep on rolling?
That's the idea of a podcast.
I had another good Walmart item that I may or may not have shared on the Instagram. If you're following me at DRoy Everett, you'd know already about this. I think we might have talked about it last week too. Fortnite llamas.
You did. I saw those.
So there's these llamas. I think we talked about it a little bit, but these are the store version, the Walmart clearance version.
Yeah.
So I found these for $5 a piece, and I bought all that they had, which wasn't many. Put them up within a week, so they'd sold for $40 a piece. So that was $80. The same guy, same individual. Sent him down. I think he's in Texas or somewhere. So always got to be on the lookout. I know people go grocery shopping. When you're out in your grocery shopping, whether you're in Costco or a smaller mom and pop type grocery store,
the stabby part of town.
If you're in the stabby part of town, or if you're your local Walmart, Target, Super Center, just take the extra couple minutes and scan a few things, and you might be surprised with what you find.
Can I get a definition from you?
Well, you can try.
I need to get a clarification. If you're in a part of town and they prepare taxes and they have like a market next to it, but the bars cover the windows, would that be considered the stabby part of town?
This would be considered entrapment, because you're trying to get me to say something when I've been talking about your office all these years, and I finally made peace with the good guys across the street.
This isn't my
with
office.
your windows with bars. I wasn't going to bring that up ever.
You're such a liar.
It's a nice part of town.
Go to the website.
Are you afraid to get stabbed?
AdamUpAccounting.com. There are.
Photoshop does wonders.
It's a drone video.
Oh, allegedly.
Do you think I had a stick and shooted it up in the air?
I don't know what you did.
Wow. I'm not referring to my office. I'm referring to a place that my hotel room was by.
So your hotel room was in the stabby part of town?
No, it was. I was in a nice part of town, but as I walked down to the 7-Eleven, the establishment across the street had bars over the windows. I don't know if that's protocol down there.
So you were in the nice part of town, but you walked to the stabby part of town from your hotel room.
It's across the train tracks.
Well, why didn't you just lead with that? There's the good side of the tracks and there's the bad side of the tracks.
That's true.
Your hotel must have been right on the good side, and that establishment must have been right on the bad side, which is usually where stabbies go, is good side of the tracks, bad side of the tracks.
You never know.
That's logic.
I think there are hypothetical tracks. It's like the divide of the town. I don't know.
Was it the speed train coming through California, the bullet rail?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
It was a slow boat to China train.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't live in California, so I don't know where the good parts and stabby parts are necessarily. Usually if you have bars, it's not a good sign across your window, but
I just wanted to make a clarification.
I don't know. It might be. It might just have some crime and people are tired of getting broke into.
I get that. I get that part good.
So,
So it was a good time in California. Now, friend of the program, Eric, driving with him, had the dilemma, okay? He grew up a 49ers fan, and then a friend in the neighborhood ended up playing for the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, I see.
So you're kind of that, like, divided house. So he said his dad would always take him to that game, like when they play each other. That was always kind of
For those of you that don't know, they're both in the San Francisco, Oakland area. And they're rival teams.
For another year, and that's it. And then they're going to Vegas.
The Vegas 49ers. It's going to be great.
No, the Vegas Raiders.
And then there'll be the Oakland 49ers. Can't wait.
Dude, why don't you go, watch some soccer or something?
Do they got the 49ers?
Why don't you go watch some Real Salt Lake?
I did.
I know you did.
Time.
Isn't your name Pelladino?
So this kid is in this dilemma.
Yeah, he's in this dilemma.
Okay.
So what he says, he said, you know what? When you're in that kind of a dilemma, that's when you just got to have the split shirt. You got to have the half Oakland, half
That'll be
49er
great
thing.
to listen to me right now.
Oh,
That'll even be. So what color are you going to be wearing next Thursday, Adam? We'll just bring you on the spot then.
I will be wearing my Wolverine green.
See, I'll be wearing my Utah Running Utes red.
Yep. Wolverine green.
And there'll be some people in our state wearing their Brigham Young University blue.
Or I will be wearing my Extreme Modus teal/orange and white.
I know that you're a biblical man.
Where are you going with this?
Well, what does the good Lord say about being lukewarm on something?
Smite him on the other cheek?
No, I think he spews you out.
Spews me out.
Pick a side.
Wow.
And stick with it.
I'm on the green side.
What kind of program do they have over there for athletics?
The San Jose Spartans?
I don't know. It's your story.
I don't know where you're going
Your
with this.
college that you're backing up. How's their football team?
Excellent.
And by football, you mean football, the soccer that you tell me to go watch.
Yeah, Wolverines had their home opener the other day.
There you go. Folks, you just heard it there. Now, man, I'm just having some fun with a little football and some team stuff, and he tells me to go watch soccer.
He's trying to
and
bait
then he goes ahead, and he goes down this road to where he says, well, his team, his college only has a soccer team, and then he's bragging about their home opener. Now, that's just trying to entrap a guy.
He's trying to bait me. Like, you got to watch this guy. Like, I've been around him for too many years to know when he starts throwing something out there, he's trying to tangle it in front of you.
I was just having a little fun with the San Francisco Oakland 49ers.
He's a dangler.
And then next thing I know, I'm on the slow boat to Cuba to play soccer or something. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to talk about Walmart. Next thing I know, we're talking about the Oakland Raiders and a split T-shirt, and
Hey,
you're going to be wearing green and Men in Black 3 in the theaters, and I don't know.
I really do enjoy that Will Smith new song, Mark Anthony and Bad Bunny. Man, that's a good song.
It's going to be a surprise to you, but I've never heard it.
Like, the thing is we're turning into this mixed culture. Like, there's a lot of things, a lot of the top 10, like, all-time videos on YouTube are in Spanglish.
You Google the top 10 all-time videos on...
Yeah, go for it. You want me to do it?
I'm trying to have a podcast here. I don't want to watch YouTube videos with you. No, I don't.
They're in Spanglish, like half Spanish, half English.
Okay.
And that's what that new song is. Like Will Smith, and he talks about us blending his Philly ways with your beautiful Latina ways.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Yes.
It's really pushing that product out.
Yeah, because you're hitting the best of both sides, the Spanish and the English. Like, you got to broaden your horizon here.
Right on my horizons, I just told you how I made $80 off of $10. I told you about how I had the cart full of things. I've told you how I go from yard sales to the Wally Worlds of the world and everywhere in between.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, if that's not broad enough for you,
I'll
if my horizons are not yet broadened enough for you, I don't know that there's broad enough.
thank you for that. I appreciate your comments.
Thanks for listening. Your comments will be stored.
Those will be edited from the archives.
We appreciate your business. Please wait on hold for the next available representative.
Can you make sure the engineer gets that cut out of there?
I don't think so. He's done.
Hey, I'm still pumped about that Aussie music that you threw on there.
Well, last week I put on your boy Blanco Trey or whatever.
Blanco Brown.
Yeah, that's who that was at the end of that.
But was it the famous song?
I don't know what his famous song is. I went to the YouTube and I put Blanco Brown video, and that came up, and I took the song and I put it on the back of that.
Man, I'll have to, because I listened to the whole episode. I
thought, oh, Adam's going to be happy, because I'm not putting this Will Smith, whatever you just put on this one. That ship's sold. That's gone. I'm putting another song
Are you
on
not
that.
a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I was, like, 30 years ago. I didn't know he was still alive, to be honest with you. I thought he might have went the way of the dodo.
What, do you think he got captured by the alien from the Men in
I wasn't
Black?
sure what happened. He sure wasn't in the newest Men in Black.
What do you think?
Oh, I did see him in Aladdin as the genie. Never mind. I didn't know he was still around.
Man, you're getting old, man. You're forgetting things.
Well, Will Smith, I'm sure he's listening to this podcast right now, wondering how he can sell his old paraphernalia on eBay, because the dude might need a few bucks.
I gotta bring something up.
Oh, please. That's about time. We're 15 minutes into the podcast. Please bring something up.
And by 15, you mean 35.
Okay, I knew it was getting close.
Your hot air goes a long way.
My back's just so sore from carrying it.
Friend of the show, Brian. He's a weekly listener.
He was. So would be a lot of weekly listeners. This
Wow. I'm just not buying it.
What's up with Brian?
He's got some things he's been selling, but the ticket is you got to sell your cool stuff if you really want to sling it. I mean, I get it. If you don't want to sell it, you don't have to. But he's got a plethora of YouTube t-shirts. This guy is like, he is the YouTube.
I'm not editing anything out this week.
YouTube concert guy.
Okay.
Like, he's been to more concerts than probably most human beings could evenly imagine.
That some members of the band even have probably been to.
Yes. So, like, that's your money. Like, those suckers go for some cash.
Yeah, you get some of those, especially those older early tours. Yeah.
Those t-shirts go for some bucks.
So has he been parting ways with things?
I think he's keeping his junk in the trunk. I know his wife would like him to get rid of some more. So I'm just saying, Brian, like, think about it.
So what kind of things has Brian been selling then? You're saying this is his maybe this is what he's selling for, is to buy more shirts for this collection.
Maybe that's his why.
Maybe he doesn't want to touch that. That's his off limits.
I don't want to bring up the spoiler, but he will be going to Guns N' Roses with us.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I had somebody ask about that the other day.
How are those Guns N' Roses?
And I said, they're still available. I haven't heard back.
Maybe he wants some.
We still got a month to go, so that's the weird thing with tickets. It's that hard day.
We got 2 months.
Okay, so it's that hard deadline. So after 2 months, yeah, but coming up in 2, I'm not really nervous yet until we're about a week or 2 out. That's when you start getting that. I might be sitting front row, screeching with Axel myself.
Do you think you could get him to sign like one of those top hats and give it to you?
Oh yeah, slashing the Stonemasons or whatever his other band is. Snake Pit, that's what it is.
It's Snake Pit.
Slashing the Snake Pit.
Did you just say the Stonemasons?
Yeah.
Like George Washington Masons?
No, like made your brick house. Masonry.
She's a brick house. She's
I don't know
my
what's happened this week, but
delighted.
we are both just, you're derailed as Derek this week.
And I'm in a good mood. It was just a good week.
It was a good week. So what kind of things is Brian selling? I don't follow his store.
He always brings by some cool stuff. He found some really cool mugs from like the 70s. They're all like Hershey's, like the Hershey's company. I don't know if he's unloaded those, but he was all kinds of tickled when he found those. And I found some mugs, like I said, I think they're good sellers if you get them you can get them for next to nothing.
That's the thing with mugs. It has to be certain, we've talked about that, it has to be the right thing, but you can get them for,
Yeah, you get them for 50 cents.
Free. Yeah.
50 cents or $1. And again, it's that learning curve. It's knowing, I think at that point, getting some sales going, knowing how the process works. So.
And some of that's patience. Like, you got your one mug, you're waiting for the right guy at the right time that comes and says, oh, I need that on my desk.
Yeah.
And it might be, 3 years out, who knows? But if he's going to pay $50 for it, you pay 25 cents. I've actually been jealous of a mug that you have. I haven't ever said this to you. Do you know which mug it is?
You got mug envy?
I got mug envy. I scroll through your store occasionally to see what's going on, especially when we're in competitions one with another. And all my friends' store, I just kind of see what's up and what they're finding, because I'm like, if they're finding this stuff, this is kind of stuff I could be finding, right?
You're looking over it.
You look at people in your area and see what they're finding, because that's your area.
Yeah.
So I was looking, and there's one mug that you got that I thought, man, I wish I'd have found that mug.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
It's your Tetris mug.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Tetris mug, and then it gets color changing when it gets warm or cold or something like that.
That's a good one, huh?
I thought if I could have found that one, that was a snag.
I like my Philly mug. Going back to Will Smith, it was Philly with the Rocky Balboa kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big Rocky guy. You probably aren't.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show is great. You go and you sing along, you dress up. They have little things where you interact with it. It's awesome.
I'm already getting scared of this Halloween episode.
I've been conjuring up my stories. I love Rocky, by the way. Of course I love Rocky. I love pro wrestling. Thunder Lips was Hulk Hogan. Mr. T was in WrestleMania 2.
Over the top?
Well, that was arm wrestling. That was not a Rocky.
What, you just said Hulk Hogan?
Oh, yeah. Well, he was Thunder Lips in Rocky.
Yeah.
He wasn't in Over the Top with Rocky.
Well, I know it was over the top of that big tall guy, the big black guy. I don't know what his name was. Well, not Apollo Creed.
Zeus?
Yeah.
You're thinking No Hope Bard.
Mr. T?
Over the Top was with what's his name, Patrick Swayze, and they were like going around arm wrestling people.
I'll have to check with our engineers on that.
Yeah, that was No Hope Bard, No Holds Barred, something like that.
I just know I got it saved on the Hulu machine.
Go home, he's fired up, and your wife's like, "What are you watching?" You're like, "It's a good show. Sit down."
Yeah,
that's Mr. T. That's Zeus.
That sure. You have taken us down this.
I've taken us down. I've been trying to talk about eBay selling.
So have I.
You've been talking about Will Smith and shirts torn in half and speaking Spanish with your Uber drivers.
It's called a part of the game.
And I've been trying to talk about my Bolos.
Broaden your horizon. Like I said, when you're in your Uber, you
tell the folks what I've been finding.
I'm trying to broaden our base of listeners, and I ask them what's hot, what's for sale, like what are you hearing?
What are they saying?
Like split T-shirts,
Well,
half Oakland, half 49ers.
Well, how many of them have sold?
I'll have to look it up. I didn't look it up.
None. Because he's the only one in the Oakland. I'm surprised they just don't beat him up for wearing that. Oakland Raider fans are mean. They're nasty, and they're loyal. You come wearing that trash in the black circle?
No, it's not the black circle.
The black hole.
The black hole.
They'd eat you alive.
I wonder if they're going to call it like the... what do you think they call it in Vegas? It won't be the black hole.
The black hole.
The jackpot. The addictors area.
Call it the... I don't even know.
Which, speaking of, I did some due diligence on the airplane. On my college magazine, did some due diligence.
Got college football kicking off here in a couple weeks, and Adam's invited me and some of the boys out to the border town of West Wendover, Nevada for an excursion to wager $1 or $2.
We're going to go watch some foosball.
And you're telling me you got your hot picks.
Did some due diligence.
All right, well, that's good.
Did my stock research. So, hey, we need a break.
Yeah, we do.
I got to get us back on track, man.
Somebody needs to.
You're getting me on like the crazy train.
You just try to get that song again. You just have to go re-listen to the whole episode.
I probably need to.
The Degenerates Corner. That's what they're going to call it.
Ooh, I like that.
Adam, you've been teasing us. Who's this new sponsor we got?
This new sponsor is Extreme Modus.
Okay, what's Extreme Modus?
Extreme Modus is a unique wheelchair company that provides a device to get people outside.
What kind of people are we talking about?
We're talking about anybody who has been confined to a wheelchair or has a mobility issue. You have family members who, for instance, may have endurance issues, fatigue, people with ALS, muscular dystrophy, suffered any kind of brain trauma, cerebral palsy, people who can't move themselves.
So what makes your wheelchair different than all these other ones that are on the market that we see?
Ours have a really unique balloon tire and a foldable middle. Makes it really portable, and it's just a wheelchair. We've taken hundreds of people all over where you can't get a normal wheelchair.
Okay. I think I know somebody that might be interested. How can I find out more information?
They can reach out to us on any of our social media sites. It's called Extreme Motus, M-O-T-U-S. That means mobility in Latin.
Now you're getting all fancy on me again.
Hey, that's how we set it up. But any of those outlets, you go on there, reach out to us. We'd be happy to. If you live here in the Intermountain West, close by, we've got some rentals that we'll let you get a hold of. We sell these wheelchairs all over. We've sold them all over the country, and we're looking to sell more of them and get more people out in these wheelchairs.
And that magic sound either means Adam's trying to make a campfire with his hands, or we are back for the second half of DeathPiles and Taxes.
It means both.
It's getting a little cold in here. You're just practicing up your skills in case you're on Survivor and you need to make that fire.
Sad thing is there's quite the large brush fire going on out the window, up the
And
mountain.
there is. We got to the west, a big fire, and overnight it kind of exploded. So yesterday me and my wife were going up to look at some Walmart clearance items, because that's all I do with my life apparently, if you listen to this show. And I said, there's some smoke up there, and she couldn't really see it. And she said, where? I said, up there on the mountain, up at the top there.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, okay. And then on the way back, it was like tons of smoke, like it had grown really fast. And then this morning, it was half the mountain's gone. So be safe out there.
That mentality, like some people just have a certain mentality where they're willing to go out and do good things for other. And also they got to be a little like, that's got to be an adrenaline rush.
It's got to be something. I know I do. I rib the fire department. Oh, well, I'm kidding you a little bit. I make fun of the fire department for making noise across the street. All in good fun.
Yes.
They're brave men and women. I appreciate all their service and keeping us safe. Now, take that to the next level. You got the people up doing the wildfires. And they're amazing people. And especially around here, they're keeping us safe. Last year, we had a big fire that was threatening to come down the mountain on the side of where my house is. And kept us safe, and my house didn't burn down. So I appreciate all the hard work that goes in by those guys, the guys across the street, and there's stabby fire departments too, I'm sure, in the rougher parts of town. I don't know.
Lots of good people out there.
So I got something for you.
What do you got for me?
Well, I got a few things. First off, I know I've said this a lot today, but it just keeps coming back up. Keep scanning, right? Scan. I received a phone call the other day. I'm going to keep this person anonymous because they're classy. Like, they probably don't want me saying their name on our podcast. People know that they listen. And the person says to me, hey, I was just down at the Family Dollar, because that's how you know they're classy. You shop at the Family Dollar, not the Dollar General, which is the trash of the dollar stores. I don't know if you know this.
No.
They're all a dollar. They're all a big feud. Anyways, they said, hey, I'm scanning this. How would you ship laundry detergent? And I said, what? I said, laundry detergent. This is going for $50 a thing.
Wow.
And it's for sale here for $5. And I said, that's not a dollar store. It's $5. But that's a good margin. So I thought it was the granule. And I said, send me a picture. First off, send me a picture because I want to know what you're looking at.
Tide Pods?
Second off, what I would do is I'd, just get me a poly mailer and kind of secure it. And then, just package it, like I would anything else and mail it. They sent me over the picture and it was a liquid.
Okay.
Probably 64 ounce or something like that. One that's smaller, but I can't remember the name of it. And I'd look it up and tell you for the Bolo, except for I'll tell you why here. That's not going to happen necessarily. So I said, oh, that's a liquid one. Well, I'd still do the same as I would definitely put it in a poly mailer so it's not going to leak or anything, get all over. And then I just package it in a box really good. If you're getting $50 a thing, the box is going to be a little heavier. It's going to cost you a little more to ship, but overall, it's going to make some money.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, and yeah, we're just, down here scanning some things, saw a couple posts online, thought I'd come check it out, go down to your dollar store and see if they got it. And then I got a message back, oh, they were shipping like 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. Still could be good money, but it wasn't one-on-one ratio. So anyways, just another thing of, hey, we're out, we're doing our shopping, like I was telling you earlier. Everyone needs to shop, right? Even if it's online.
Yes.
Just check your clearance things and do some scans and check your completes, and you're going to be amazed what's going on, what's out there, what's selling.
Now, for those of you who are new, our new friends, our new Uber driver friends, you can do this. Basically, pull out the eBay app. You can pull it out, and there's a scan functions, and you scan an item, and you can say solds and completeds, and it'll tell you how much things are being sold and completed, and that's what they got for it.
And there's another thing is, so the other day, my wife was saying, hey, there's a lot of these listed, and when I do the sold, there's only a couple. What does that mean? And I said, well, a lot of people, if you're not doing it, you don't really know. Does that mean that? I said, that means there's like 100 listed and only 2 have sold.
Yeah.
But they've sold for a good price. But I'm not going to compete with these 100 people. What you want to find is a good list of solds. So if you can go through and see months worth of these things been moving, or a good volume there, or if there's 1 or 2 of the things and 20 have sold, that's a really good sign, because then you're getting ahead of it that way.
So I know you talked a lot about the eBay store and kind of the items. How often are you realistically getting into Terapeak?
Not as often as I should, and I was going to bring that up. Terapeak, so eBay, when you do that, that's a quick scan. It goes back 90 days.
Yeah.
If you do Terapeak, you can go back. I think they go back for years. Now, with eBay buying them, they've tweaked a few things. It's not the Terapeak of old, as our friend Bill was letting me know at the meetup the other day.
Will you explain what Terapeak is, just so our new listeners know?
Yeah, what Terapeak is, it was an independent app. It was its own little website and app, and eBay acquired it a couple of years back. Now, if you have an eBay store above the very generic one, I don't remember what the very generic starter store or something.
Yeah.
If you have a basic and up, it comes free with your eBay subscription. So you should download the app, and there's the website as well. It does a few different things for you. It helps you research. So if you're looking to get a price on something, the eBay app only goes back 90 days. I think Terapeak goes 3 years or something like that.
And that'll give you a better window because, like, for instance, when you're buying coats in the summertime, which is a great time to buy coats,
Sure.
Obviously there aren't a lot of solds in July, June, and May.
Or you get that really rare item where you like, I know this is worth something, none have sold in 90 days, because none have been available in 90 days. It doesn't mean it's not worth anything, because like, for example, your McDonald's thing you picked up the other day.
Yeah.
A McDonald's high chair from the 70s, 60s, whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of them out there. Just because there's not a lot sold through doesn't mean it's not valuable. But with Terapeak, you can go back and say, okay, over the last 3 to 5 years, whatever it is, some of these have made $1,200, $500, and you can kind of get more of a range of what that value might be. Or you can say, okay, last time this was up and went for that, but that was 3 years ago, and there hasn't been another one since. So I'm sitting here and I got something that's probably pretty desirable.
Yeah.
Also with Terapeak, I haven't really went into it as much as I should have, but since it's been acquired, they used to have a spot where you could go kind of do some sourcing. You could compare numbers, your keywords, how many people would be seeing certain words. Kind of like we were talking about last week with the order of putting in your words. You could say
BGSCT.
You could say if I put my keywords this way, what's the percentage of people searching that way? So there's a lot of different tools. You can scan with it too. It has a barcode reader, just like your eBay app. You can do it and filter it down to your years. I do eBay because it's just quicker, especially when you're doing that retail arbitrage stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're out at yard sales and you're out at the thrift stores, Terapeak might be a better way to go on some of that stuff. I mean, depending on shirts and stuff, it just depends what you're selling. But it's a tool. It's something that you have. You're paying for it with your subscription. You should use it more. Also, something that just happened the other day is my quarterly coupon products came.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't take advantage of this or don't even know that they have it. If you have an eBay store, you're paying a subscription. One of the things that you're benefited is shipping supplies, eBay branded shipping supplies. So how you find that is you go, I don't have it in front of me here, but you go to the Manage My Store. It's usually on the left-hand ship active. I should have wrote all this down, but I didn't. There's a spot that says Manage My Store. That will bring up your store, and there's a I think it says subscriptions or something like that. I'll get all this down for next time or better.
Are you ad-libbing?
Yeah, I'm just going, this is off the cuff. But basically, you click on this and it gives you a code for your eBay supplies, shipping supplies. Now, depending on what store level you are, that could be anywhere from like $25 up to a couple $100. And it takes you to their store. And it's one of those, it's a one-time coupon code. So you can't just spend $10 and then come back and think you're going to have 40. It's use it or lose it. So I usually, I have a $50 code with my store. So I usually try to get something for like $55, $51. And I'll just pay the extra dollar or whatever out of pocket. And so that way, I'm not just going to spend $25 and miss out on the 25 extra dollars, if that makes any sense to you. So I had all my stuff come in, and if you're doing that, you might as well. They have poly mailers, they have boxes, they have tape, they have different seasonal colors, they have stickers, they have thank you notes, they have everything that you use to ship. They got bubble mailers. So you're already paying this fee. Go ahead and take advantage of what you're offered with your eBay store. You know what I'm saying, Adam?
If it fits and ships, and if it says eBay on it, you are legit.
If it fits, it ships, or if you have to ship it, you got to fit it somewhere. So might as well have eBay help you out with some of that.
I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at.
It looks like a book.
Yes, a book of yours and mine favorite, The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
So we were doing some due diligence. My kids got into Garfield.
Wow,
They love
Garfield's
Garfield.
great.
They love the Garfield books.
He eats Mondays and loves lasagna. It's not like no, it's not like
We eat like lasagna once a week now because my kids love it so much.
good for them.
And they read the books like constantly. So we found one a while ago at one of the thrift stores, and now it's like that's what they want to do. They want to go find Garfield books. So we went to the one thrift store. They didn't have any. The next night, I took my kids to another one, and they found two. Super excited. But while we were there, my son found a first edition of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, really? First edition.
First
And you
edition.
didn't call me up and say, "Are you interested in this?"
I was waiting for the podcast. I've got it.
Wow.
I've got it. So there's a couple up there. It's not the hardback. It's like the first paperback version.
Okay.
But I mean, there's some good ones listed for some big buku bucks.
Well, that brings me to something I got here. I was going to leave this till a little later, but I can tell that you've been looking for books.
Yes.
Because the other day on our Facebook page, and if you go over to DeathPiles and Taxes, you can see what we're saying. Now, earlier in the show, Adam accuses me of going all over the place, and he's the one that's all-inclusive and just
Whoa.
wants everyone to get along
Whoa.
and wants to bring the world together.
Whoa.
And you need to be the Hispanic music with the Philly music. You remember saying all this, right?
Easy, Bernie.
Did you say all this?
I don't want to feel the burn from you.
Did you say that or not? I mean, they can go back a half hour in the podcast and hear it, but you were saying it has to be all-inclusive in the music and everyone's coming together culturally and you have to be open-minded.
It's Spanglish.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
And I'm just recapping where we were at.
Muy bueno, amigo.
So that happened, and then Adam went off and was saying that if I liked soccer, I was lesser than or something like that, which is usually my role.
No, that is not true.
Something like that. I could go watch soccer or something.
There's a huge market in the soccer card areas.
And I've been going all over and saying, no matter who you are, this podcast is for you, right? We don't care who you are, what you do. We just want to sell on eBay together. We've not been saying that for months.
Will you get to your point?
No, I'm just asking. We've been saying that for months.
Yes, we've been saying that for like 6 months now.
So I get this picture on my Facebook of some Hillary Clinton book that Adam puts up there of what he's found out doing his thrifting. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, this is what he found over the weekend. So I'm like, I wonder what this is worth. And it was like, can she be stopped or something, only if this magic formula is followed or something weird. And so I did a search right there. I'm like, I wonder what this is going for. 0 sold, 0 complete. And then he paid $2 for it.
I didn't even buy it. I just took the picture.
And so I said, I'm missing something here. Like, there's none of these are sold. None of these are completed. And he said, oh, just trolling.
It says, can she be stopped?
Just trolling.
Hillary Clinton will be the next president of the United States unless ...
Just out trolling. And so I got one case. So be with me here, folks. Trying to have a podcast. And we're saying, we're all inclusive. We love everyone. We don't care. That's the good thing about eBay is you can be whatever, and people don't know this, that, and the other. And now we're trolling. I don't know.
I've got the same thing of Donald Trump selling his game that was a big old flop.
I've sold that game for many dollars.
That's what I'm saying. I'm all inclusive on anything.
But you're saying this was your great find, and then I ask you, there's no sold through or whatever, and then you're trolling. What are you trolling about? Who are you trolling?
I like to get a chuckle out of you. I like to spurn the fire a little bit. I knew it'd put a little...
Well, what about our good Uber drivers who love Hillary?
Well,
And now they're on your Facebook and they're saying, I'm not going to listen to this show because that guy's a turd in the bucket.
we do the same thing with President Trump.
Oh, he hasn't came by to visit for a few weeks.
I was probably sure because you pretty much offended him.
And some people were grateful for that.
I don't think so.
I was getting fan mail about him leaving in the
I'm just waiting for your buddy Joe Biden to come in and give you a good hug. Pat you on the back. Nice rub.
Well, you know, Uncle Joe's good.
We're here with everybody.
I was just wondering when you put just trolling. I didn't know what that meant.
It just meant I'm entertaining, pal.
Just entertaining. Okay.
Just entertaining.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, you can go on over to the DeathPiles in Texas Facebook and you can see it for yourself.
And our new listeners, we do have an occasional stop and visit from President Trump.
Occasionally, but he's feeling the burn right now, so he's not. From what I understand, he's busy.
Who knows?
You never know. He might scan by. You never know.
He might just call.
Also, eBay is doing this. Now, you know I'm a degenerate. We've talked about you going out to gamble and doing your research on the airplane for hours.
Yeah.
eBay is doing this scratch and sell sweepstakes for $10,000.
Scratch and sale. What?
So what it is they got this campaign, and it's like a scratcher card. They're trying to get people to sign up and start selling on eBay.
I think that's called the lottery.
It's like lottery, but you don't have to buy a ticket.
Well, that's like the 50-50 raffle?
So if you just Google on up, eBay scratch. Let me make sure I say it right.
Scratch and sniff?
Scratch.
Those are like the old cards you'd scratch it and smelled like strawberries?
Sell those if you got them. If they're still sealed and have sent to them, people buy those.
I would.
Scratch and sell sweepstakes for $10K. And it has these things you have to preliminary watch a video of how to sell, and they give you so many entries, and you watch this or that, or you sign up to sell on eBay. So they'll give you extra entries if you do extra work for $10,000 cash.
10K.
10K. So eBay is doing that sweepstakes.
That's what we like to call Derek's December.
So if you don't know, now you know. Go make you some money. I want one of our listeners, if not us, to win the $10,000.
I'd love it. You didn't say anything when I said Derek's December.
10K?
Yeah.
A little light.
Yeah, that is
I was
a
expecting some better numbers.
That's a little
I
light.
may have already. I'm already looking. You know.
I know.
That's part of when I'm going to Walmart for clearance items. I'm running up and down that toy section saying which one's it going to be, looking at things.
Now,
it's out there.
Now let's just. I want to make sure we kind of hit home on this.
I just told you how to make 10K. You're brushing it over like nothing.
No, I'm gonna dig deep on this. Like it says, you were the guest speaker. I taught at my local university this last year, and I brought you in to explain your experience.
Great soccer team over there, by the way. Phenomenal. Good work.
Phenomenal. Whack. The all whack team.
I can't say what I want to say because you'll make me edit it out. Let's go.
You came in and shared your expertise, and we had one of the associate, like the program director or something. She came in and thought, what an amazing job that you did. And the reality is you've built this eBay business.
Sure.
You built it from
An empire.
you built it from, here and there, and you are crushing it come December time.
Fourth quarter is a good quarter.
Like crushing it. Like, the reality is, if you wanted to, and you don't because you enjoy your day-to-day, but if you wanted to, you could literally do this every single day and crush it.
Sure. And then a lot of people out there could too.
Yeah. And the reason you choose not to is you enjoy the day-to-day, right?
I got a job that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And part of it is that I know if I don't want to do it, I got this that I can go do.
Yeah.
It's that freedom of I don't have to be here.
And you've built it up. Like, it's when we say you're crushing it and you're in, like, you have 5-digit months, that's no exaggeration.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all the time, obviously, but yeah, fourth quarter, that's not, I mean, I've had over $1,000 days.
Yes.
Actually, not a fun story, but an interesting story is the day of my grandfather's funeral, I made over $1,000 that day, And obviously I was not doing anything on the internet that day, nor trying to sell anything. It just happened to be that way.
Just happenstance.
So that's usually, if you have a funeral that you have to go to of a family member, you're not going to make over $1,000 that day for the general person.
You just don't know. But you're not like buying some, huge estates. Like you've got a kind of niche, you've taken the time to learn which items you think will sell and not sell.
Yeah, I think everyone does that. You have to go with what interests you a little bit. I always say scan, like I'm saying, because to me it's interesting to like, this pack of whatever will sell for this. But no, you gotta have your kind of things that interest you. And I mean, going back to, when I was growing up and stuff, there was always the Cabbage Patch doll, and then there was the Tickle Me Elmo, and there's always these items that people just go nuts for. Now with the internet, it just brings that world a lot smaller to, okay, I'm not gonna have to go fight some guy in Philly named Rocky for this item. I'm going to go get it here and I'm going to sell it to the lady in Philly. And it just makes the opportunity is there.
Yeah, you've got a lot more chances. And I want to tell you something that I bought.
Okay.
It's eBay, thrift places, like it's also that place where if you're looking stuff for your own stash. You know what I mean? And when I say that, looking for books, like we buy our kids books, and they're anywhere from 75 cents to $2. I bought a book at Barnes & Noble about a month and a half ago, and it was $20, and I'm like, why in the world did we just do that?
Yeah.
I didn't make
There's a reason those bookstores aren't staying in business.
Yes, I mean, we bought some games places before, and like we have just as cool games that we buy $2 for. There's lots of things you can do there to not only sell, but also to use. And I think once people get over that stigma, because there's like this stigma.
Oh yeah, there's that stigma.
Oh, what are those guys doing there?
Oh, that's a thrift store. You wouldn't buy something out of a thrift store.
Those guys are so poor. You know what? I don't freaking care what anyone else thinks.
And there is that. I mean, even so when I was growing up in high school and stuff, my friends, we'd like to go to pawn shops and stuff just to see what's available and kind of go through. And we weren't buying stuff to sell or whatever. We were just kind of curious.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, to be able to do that and have some knowledge and look for things to sell, but there is that stigma. Even like I was telling you back at work a few months ago, or it might have been several months ago, when they're like, "Oh, he shops at a thrift store for clothes." Not about me, but about somebody they didn't know what I did.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm making buku bucks off of thrift store clothes. Like it's because you have that stigma that you'll go on eBay or you'll go on Amazon and you'll buy something and you think that it's coming from this magic factory and it just came from somebody else's thrift store.
It's just down the street.
I mean, yeah.
So I tell you, I listened to a lot of Gary Vee's podcasts, and he's been hitting it hard on cards. Been hitting it real hard on investing in cards. It's funny because he talks about basketball cards because he's hot on those, and on soccer cards because they're both world markets. I listened to those, and he has his own line of cards, and I partook. I've got some cards, and I'm ready to, I think the kids call it rip some wax. So we might be doing that next week on the show.
That's cool. You bought some packs.
I bought some packs. His own line. There's 41 cards in there. Chance for an autographed card and chance for a call in or meet up with him.
So this is the Walmart show. Last week was the Mike Painter show. I was over at the Walmart, and while I'm doing my stuff, I go and find that card section, right?
Yeah.
And I find the clearance cards, like I've told you before.
Ooh.
And there were some cards from 2015, 2016 with rookies, and now you're to the point that of that batch, what's what. So I went through there, I found a couple that were kind of decent, but the thing was I paid maybe $1 a pack, and then you kind of go through and put some aside that might be worth something, and you might want to research, and you can kind of chuck the rest or give them to your kids or whatever you're going to do with them.
Yeah.
I was telling you, I don't know if I said this, I don't remember what we talked about on the air or not, but back with Baseball Card Day a couple weeks ago, a friend of the show, Ben Watson, old Waddy, took his kid to the card shop, got loaded up with all these cards, because he has his little kid there, and, older people our age want the kids to continue to do it.
That's exactly what they said.
So loading up his bag with all these cards, and then what Waddy does is he'll go through them, they open them, whatever, and he'll take the ones that might be valuable or whatever, put them to the side, save them, do whatever, and then just let the kid go have fun with the generic, card.
That's what they were saying. The reason the card market is hot right now is guys like us, our age, like we got into that card market when we were, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that's kind of the sweet spot to begin getting into it, and then you follow through with it. And that's kind of where our age bracket, our kids are that same age, and we want to basically continue that on.
Keep that tradition rolling.
But now, like, our discretionary income is more than what our parents was, and it's okay to spend 50, 60, 80 bucks on cards when back then you might spend 10.
If you're buying them from me, that's fine. If you're buying them from the store, go cheaper.
If you're looking for any wrestling unique cards, Derek's got them.
I probably got them. Yeah, and that's the other thing is, so our generation is, we're about 35 to 40, 45 age range, right? And we're to that point where kind of having your midlife, whatever, you want to relive your childhood. So that's why a lot of these vintage video games are starting to go. Video games have always been kind of hit and miss, but there's certain video games starting to trend up. Like you're saying, these cards are starting to go because that's what you related to.
Yeah.
You kind of think of different things like that, like different cartoons that you might have grown up with, those action figures, that type of stuff. It's just people trying to kind of relive their childhood, and their kids are getting to an age where they can indoctrinate them to try to like what daddy liked.
Yeah. And that's just kind of, our age group. Like, there's still significant markets in other things. If you're older than that, which, you know what, you have your things. Like, that's your, your vein, your things.
So you even look at, like, movies coming out. So we talk the Marvel. Like,
they're just rehashing.
Growing up, the Marvel wasn't, for me, I wasn't a big comic book guy. I don't think you were either, but some people were, and that's your thing. Now your collection's worth a whole lot of money because these movies are coming, and guys like me are going and seeing them and saying, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I can buy a first edition, whatever,
Funny thing they were talking about is, right now with these people with large, wealth, like it's measured on, people have collectibles, they have cars, they have, art. They're really saying that come here in the next near future, it's going to be cards. That's going to be your showcase. So when they come to your man cave, that's what you talk about. You talk about all your 89 whatever Fleer, Ken Griffey Juniors.
Yeah, I hope so.
Which I like, because one thing he talked about is the off-brand cards that were making like Michael Jordan stuff. Because I got one. I got to find out. So I think I'm going to take that card. And next time you send your batch to get graded, I'm going to send it in with it.
I'm getting a batch together because I have a few that I need to get done, so I'll let you know. It's funny you say that. I have, it doesn't matter what it is, but they're called Monty Gum wrestling cards from the 1986, I believe.
He said those off-brands, anything weird.
They're off-brand, and not only they're off-brand, they're kind of counterfeit, and they spell guys' names wrong, and they just took pictures. They're from Germany or somewhere like that. So I bought a case of those. A couple years ago for $100, and I've just been going through, but some of those cards go for that much a piece after I get them graded and whatnot. So, on the back of it, that has nothing on the back. They're just about an inch by an inch, and they have this weird gum in them that's like 40 years old, and, I was going through and salvaging what I could. But I've been able to piece that together. So, you might have something where you're saying, I've never seen one of these before. It looks weird. It might be worth something,
I took a chance. I was in the glass cases at the thrift store.
Adam is a glass case snob at the thrift store.
I took a chance. They had some older, like 1969 football cards.
Okay.
Which they were looking at, and I went through and I looked in because they had them in like a little bag, and I was able to look through them, and there wasn't anything like that really stuck out. Like I could have taken a chance on $10, but I'm like, there isn't really anything there. But they did have a box of some BattleTech cards. I looked them up, like they're going for like $75 to $100. There's not a lot of solds, not a lot out there, but for $10, I says, you know what, I'm going to broaden my horizon.
You can learn about it. Now you're a BattleTech expert by the time this gets done, right?
So if anybody knows what that is, send me a message, because I have no clue. I just looked it up, and it's some sort of, I don't even know. It's some interesting thing. Looks cool. I don't know.
It might be, and then you might want to look through and see if they're graded. There might be just one card that's worth a whole lot that you have. Who knows? In good condition. Going back, friend of the program, Michael Painter, seems to be at the topic of the show the second half today. He asked me about the Goodwill auction sites. Have you ever been to the Goodwill auction site?
I have not been to the Goodwill auction site.
So they have kind of like an eBay of their own, and they just take all the good stuff that comes in a lot of places, and they let you bid on it. So it's basically their own auction site, right?
Okay.
And he saw some cards and he said, "What do you think about these cards?" You know, and I said, "Their shipping's just crazy. The Goodwill auction, their shipping's crazy. I've only bought a couple things from them because I got them for a good deal and they kind of got overlooked. But the shipping's like $20 for, you know, something that should be $5 kind of thing." So I said, "Unless you get something really good, it's not going to be worth it." He said, "Well, there's these cards. They're kind of older. I don't know." I said, "Oh, those would fall over the place. They won't package them well. This, that, and the other." I said, "Unless there's a Babe Ruth, a Mickey Mantle, or a Michael Jordan rookie, stay clear from it." He goes, "Well, something funny you should say that. There's a Mickey Mantle sitting right here on the thing." I said, "Okay." In my experiences with cards, you can have a Mickey Mantle that's been ran over by a train that you glued back together or tape back together. That's probably still worth some money. And Babe Ruth obviously is going to be worth some money, and a Michael Jordan rookie card is going to be worth some money. So
did he buy it?
he was bidding, and then it skyrocketed overnight. And he's like, "You were right. Somebody else found it. They knew that card was worth, you know, whatever." And so it got out of his comfort zone, whatever that means. So,
You know, and it takes money to make money. Lots of money. You can make it on nothing. Like, you can literally make money from nothing.
well, sometimes you get lucky. Say you went into that Goodwill store, and it was in the glass case, and you see a Mickey Mantle, and it's like $100 for the whole case. Okay. But if it's up there into auction, maybe you'll sneak in and get it for a deal and nobody will see it. Or maybe somebody will find it and know what it is. It's just, you know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than smart.
Can I share a pet peeve with you?
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
In these forums, you know, online groups, people get downright snippy if they find a price at any of the thrift stores that's more than they're willing to pay. That's like market value.
It kills me.
Like, it's like, you got to be friggin' kidding me. They're asking $15 for this.
They are.
$15 for this, you know, shirt.
I went in there before. I'm like, "You're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Why are you mad? You're in a resale group." I don't like it. And sometimes they're right on the money, or they're asking, like, this the "Go home, Goodwill, you're drunk," or something like that. Something crazy.
Yes.
I'll get chuckles and stuff, but I'm right there with you. I'm like, they're just doing the same thing that you are. Somebody's donating something. They're putting a perceived value. They're not going to hit 100%. There's going to be plenty there for you to find, and there's going to be plenty that are too high, and they're going to end up at the bins or wherever. You're going to have a chance at it. You can't buy everything.
No.
But yeah, they'll be like, yeah, it's the same as like, they just get all indignant and stuff. And I'm like, they're running a business too. Well, their CEO with Goodwill, they say that they help do this, that, or the other. He makes $100,000 a year or whatever. I'm like, well, that's his prerogative. It's a business, right?
Yeah, you don't like it, go somewhere else.
It's not, I mean, you know, well, it should be a charity. Well, people say that about us that don't buy from these places, and then you guys are taking money from these poor people that should be able to go buy this stuff. And it's there as a public store. You go in, you buy it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the prices, you don't buy it.
There's my pet peeve, so.
Well, and it's the same thing, say, because then they'll say, well, all my stores are getting this way because of resellers or they have no scans. They're going to put themselves out of business because if you're not buying, the prices are too high, people aren't going to be buying.
Yeah.
So eventually it will equal itself out, or they'll go out of business and you'll find another spot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've seen that too, and it kind of gives me a chuckle. I got some Bolos that I was going to say for my Instagram, but since we're having a better second half of the show, I feel a lot better about things.
What do you mean better?
You're treating me a lot more nice. We're having some more respect.
Our first half was amazing.
It was the crazy train.
Yeah, what's wrong with Ozzy? I love me some Ozzy Osbourne.
You are an Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
So, and we've talked about our M&Ms. There's something else going on with these potato chips. Are you a crisp man? Do you eat potato chips?
I'll tell you what, when I was at Intuit, they had some real potato chips, like potatoes
in front of me, and they deep fried them. And they said, "Mr. Beasley, would you like some salt?"
Spuds. They had spuds, like they had real cut up potatoes, and then they had this amazing like spinach dip that I put with it, and then they had hummus, and they had vegetables, and
they'd feed it to me, and I said, "Go get me more."
And then I had like a fan, and I was eating grapes. Like,
so you do like potato chips then?
Love me some potato chips.
So every now and again, there are these special limited time chips that come out that people vote on their favorite. Have you seen these?
I absolutely have.
So people are selling these on the internet.
Of course.
And right now, I don't know all three flavors because I should have done my homework. But I know two of the three. There might even be more than that.
Did you forget we were having a podcast?
Well, some of us.
What did Did Chubb eat your homework?
My back, I mean, just carrying the load. It just hurts. It's sore. I was resting it.
I gave a lot of tax
Well,
information.
somebody's getting fed grapes from the mountain. Some of us are
There
out
was some
slumming it.
great
Some of us are
tax,
out trying to list things on the internet and make a living.
wonderful tax
Some extra
information talking about.
Trying to figure out what that Christmas toy is going to be.
Wow,
So-
you're running all over me.
One of them is a deep dish Chicago pizza.
Oh,
The other one is I've tried this one. It was deep fried pickles with ranch.
wow.
Third one is still a mystery. We could Google it. Also, only available at Walgreens is a Pringles mystery flavor. So there's some things that are selling.
We did get some Pringles dill pickle edition.
Dill pickle Pringle.
Yeah, they're quite well.
Where did you get those from?
I can't even remember. Walmart.
My brother. We went to Canada, and they had some dill pickle Doritos up there. Boy, did he enjoy those. They also have Fruitopia in Canada still. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. Can I just tell you the amazing the internet is? Like, just amazing. Again,
You can thank Al Gore for that.
Al Gore, you're amazing. I just, again, posted a simple thing thanking the good people at Intuit, and the CEO liked my comment on Twitter. Just the CEO of like the 49th largest company in America. I love the internet.
Why don't you tell him to come be on our podcast?
I think I'll give him the invite.
Okay, he's welcome. For those keeping score at home,
Sasan, you're welcome anytime.
Alex Rodriguez, not
Loser. He's a
He's
loser.
not available. He's not invited.
Can we get President Trump to give me a loser?
He's not here. I don't know where he's at.
Alex Rodriguez is a loser.
So he's not invited. But the president of Intuit is. Do we have any other people on our band list?
Yeah, we had one other one, remember? You had it last time?
I can't remember who it was.
Wow, you weren't that upset. I was really upset.
Who was it?
I don't know, but
I had other things on my mind.
But Sasan Gazdarzi, you're welcome anytime.
Okay, so we got a beer with cheese, and we got the dill pickle remix with flaming hot, something like that. I don't know. You guys have all seen the Lays before. Go out and scan them. People are buying them.
Shut the front door. Can I give you some breaking news?
Why? I'd be honored.
Can I get the do?
I think you just did.
Apparently, you can get a tour of an Amazon fulfillment center. All you gotta do is go on their little site. They're booking
All
tours.
you gotta do is go there and ask for the tour, and they'll show you your staff group around.
Tour one time our fulfillment centers, and you'll see firsthand how we deliver it. Man, I'd like to do that.
Well, let's set it up.
Vegas?
There's one in Salt Lake.
Is there one in Salt
I
Lake too?
think so.
Wow. That's amazing. I'd love to be able to do that.
Hey, well, you brought up my dog there a minute ago.
How is Chuck doing?
I'm just gonna say I'm thankful this week.
Okay.
I'm thankful for Stainmaster Carpet.
Oh,
If you remember last week, there was an unfortunate incident, and I was in the process of dealing with it. I went home, my wife reminded me that we had Stainmaster Carpet, so there was a different process I went through, and I could walk you through the house, and you would not know where this incident occurred. You'd probably eat a sandwich off of it. You'd be so confident.
Wow.
So, thankful for that.
Okay, so that's your Bolo, your funky chips.
Funky chips. I gave a few Bolos this episode.
You have your Tide Pods, Tide Pods.
You do.
Hey,
You do. Bono's working there at the cash register of Walmart now. I don't know. We've been all over splashing the snake pits down there, mason bricking us a house. Who did I ban last week?
I don't know.
Well, we need to know if they come in the studio right now and sit down. I didn't know if they can be here or not.
Well, Alex Rodriguez is mine. The other guy was yours, so you got to be in charge of who you banned.
Okay, that's on me. I take that one.
Yeah, it's all you, bub,
I take that one.
pal,
I
amigo.
let you down.
Hey, we got a little time left. We're getting to the listeners' second favorite segment of the show.
What's the first favorite?
The entire first part of the episode, the whole entire rest of the show.
All the rest of the show.
I mean, this is their least favorite part.
I
But
need to let me know that me and Adam are friends. We have fun on this episode and these shows, but some people have wondered if we're getting a little snippy with each other. That's just what we do.
sometimes,
We have fun. We enjoy each other's company.
I need to get derailed.
Well, I got a few derails for you,
This is the segment that usually goes down a slippery slope,
but I'm only going to do one.
and we never know where it's going to go.
Now, I'm going to remind you.
It's like a grasshopper. It's great on takeoff, and we don't know where it's going to land.
Listen here, grasshoppers.
Young grasshopper.
You asked for this. I'm just letting this be out here. You just asked for this. When we halfway through the story and you're saying, why are you doing this? Why are you saying this? Why? My ears are bleeding.
That's a part of the whole way it goes.
You asked for this.
Am I already going to have to, like, mute it before you
People
go?
love it. They gots to have it. They like to be derailed.
All right, derail me.
So I told you last week.
I'll keep my commentary to a minimal.
I told you last week, and I had not.
Oh, no. I don't
after
want
it
to hear
been-
about the pool.
After it had been listed.
I don't want to hear about
the
the pool.
podcast had only been up for an hour, and somebody had already said, I cannot wait. I got a message of somebody saying, I cannot wait to hear about your swimming pool experience. An hour into they'd already listened.
Aaron,
The second it came
Aaron he always asks what's going on with the podcast.
No, not family. This is no relation. This is just listenership. This is just a person that loves our show and listens.
Okay, tell us about the pool story.
So, if you recall last week, I said I was going to go back to the public pools. And I didn't disclose everything because I can't disclose everything. I don't know what I said last week, but this week I'm going to save some face. I'm just going to tell the story. I was there with people. I'm not going to say whom. Okay? You can figure it out. So, me and my wife are driving in. It's a major...
You don't know that many people.
It's a major, not a theme park, but like a swimming park. What do you call those places?
Nor are there that many people
A water
who
park.
go with you to a swimming pool. So that limits your pool of people.
So we're going up to this major water park that's in up by Salt Lake.
Cowabunga,
The
dude.
Calabunga Bay, I'll say what it is. And so this time I was all prepared from the first time. So I have check. Oh yeah, I got my swimsuit. I got clothes to change into for my swimsuit. I got towels. Got sunscreen. I got shoes that sandals. I'm doing good. I got my SPF, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, we're prepared, right? And before we went, I kind of told you last week. I said, hey, this is what's going on. This person tells me that they've rented out this entire water park and a friend for this party. And you said, I don't know about that. That's like a big place. That seems like that would be multi-thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it does. But, I don't know. So we're going up there, and I've been kind of nice.
It's like saying you rented out Disneyland.
Kind of, yeah. Like a smaller version of that. So I'm driving up with my wife, and I said, the track record here is not always the best. And we're dressed, for our swimming party, but so if I get there and they're trying to charge me $30 to come in, we're not paying the $30. If they're charging that, just are we in agreement of this? That if we get there and they're trying to charge us to get in, because there's something not quite right with this story. We're not sure what it is, but are we? And she's like, yeah. I said, there's just something a little off.
You're going down a slippery slope. You sure you want to go there?
We're derailing, right? And so
Okay.
I've asked permission from people that need to be asked permission if this is okay or not, and I'm leaving out names, so we're good, right?
Okay.
So we're going, and there's traffic, so I have to derail off the back construction stuff. So we're going these backside roads, and I said, this is just weird. So I said, let me tell this story
Don't
again.
feel right.
This person and their friend, who are not above their mid-20-ishes, decide that they're going to rent out this park and go halvesies. That would cost it's a Friday night.
It's like 20
for
grand.
like 3 hours. I'm like, I thought even more. I'm like, this is prime time. They're going to have to cover. So
Yeah, we'll probably 40K.
I'm like, okay, if that's the case, we're not staying. Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, there's just more to the story.
I told you they might have rented a cabana for like
Yeah,
150
maybe it's a
bucks. That's what I told you.
I thought we're going to get there, they're going to want $20 a piece, and I'm going to be like, no. And so we get there, and there's this big long line to go into the park. And I'm like, this person does not know this many people. Like, I don't know what's going on, but there's something up. And there's somebody there waiting for us.
I'm intrigued because now I want to find out what happened.
Well, that's where we're going.
You hooked it,
We
you
derailed you.
dangled it right in front of me.
Little did you know. So, this person says, "Hey, we're over here." So we're like, "All right," and don't talk to them. They said, "When you get up there, say you're with Sasha."
Oh, goodness
And I'm like,
sakes.
"Well, that's not the name of this person that invited us here." And I'm like, and they're like, I thought they would have, like, what's going on? We're kind of like, what's going on? Well, I gotta go inside. But when you get up there,
Say you with
say you're
Sasha.
with Sasha. And I'm like, what in the world's going on? And there's people coming in and they're not paying. Like, you're going through and they have their little clipboards and things. And I'm like, well, maybe that's who you went halvesies with. I don't know. And so we go get in the line. I'm like, this is weird. So I overhear people in the line in front of us talking about how their real estate company, had rented this park. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
And then the agents were invited to invite their clientele and extra
Yes.
people to come and have a night here.
And Sasha was your agent.
Well,
friend.
Sasha was the agent of this person, was her friend that they went in halvesies with, or whatever story we were told, which ended up being, no, she just said invite whoever you want, which if I'd known I'd invite you and your kid, everybody, right? But I didn't know what was going on. I could have invited the whole listening
Show,
audience
yeah.
to come on up and just say, Sasha's your agent, and we could have gotten and had a good time. So anyways, we got up there and we got in. It was not scandalous or anything. It was just weird that was how it was presented, but we were able to go in and it was quite crowded, as anywhere would be at that point. So I got all ready to go out and do my swimming, and I enjoy me a lazy river. Do you enjoy a lazy river?
Yes, I do.
Why do you enjoy a lazy river?
Because you can be lazy, and it's a river.
So for those of you that don't know, not everyone has water parks around them, or probably has went in the last 30 years. Around a water park, there's something called a lazy river a lot of the time. And it's just like a big circle, might go back and forth a little bit. You go underneath some water fountains, and
Yeah, and it's got a current that pulls you.
you usually get on a tube or something, or you can just kind of lounge about, and it's nice and relaxing.
Yeah.
Not when there's 20 million kids.
No.
They're just hitting you in the head with their tube. And it wasn't lazy. It was a fast-paced river of just kids just being kids, which is a water park. I get it.
So what you're saying is this rented out facility, everyone found out that they could go for free.
Well, I'm sure this real
99.
estate company did a great job of marketing, saying bring your whole family out.
Obviously.
If you've done business with us, or if you might want to buy a house in the future. It's a great
Oh, yeah, it's
PR.
wonderful.
I mean, it's awesome.
Wonderful.
90 degrees outside. Who
Wonderful.
doesn't want to go in?
Yeah.
And it was pretty full. I'm sure they could fit more in there. And then we're going down the water. I was going down water slides, and I just had a really good time. But yeah, it was nothing lazy about the river.
But overall, good time had by all.
And so my aunt lives right there, like less than a mile from this place.
Okay.
We're getting ready to leave, and there's some donuts. And the people that invited us said, what are we going to do with those donuts? I said, well, there's plenty of people around here. You just go give them some if you don't want them. And they said, well, why don't you just take them then if that's how you feel?
Sure.
I said, okay. And I was just going to give them to random strangers and say, hey, you want a donut? We had fun here today, whatever. And I thought, no, my aunt just lives like
Right around the
a
corner.
mile away. I'm just going to take them to her. And so we get dressed. Everything went smooth. You're not going to get one of them stories again. It was great. Ample dressing areas. I was able to get dried off. No problems whatsoever. Great. Except for the kids hitting me in the head with the tube. And I might have grabbed the tube and threw it out of the water and said, stop hitting people with it, or something like that might have happened.
Hey, kid, get off my lawn.
Hard to say if that happened or not. Really, you couldn't tell on a podcast like this. The odds of that person listening or their father and saying somebody did that to my kids too wouldn't even be able to figure
Let's
that
be
out.
honest, they deserved it.
They definitely deserved it if that happened. And hit a lady that I was with. It wasn't my wife, but some other lady got hit upside the head, and then me. And so somebody might grab the tube and threw it out of the lazy river. Hard to say.
Yes.
Might not have happened.
Allegedly.
So I call up my aunt, and I don't see her or talk to her a whole lot, but we see each other at functions and whatever.
Sure.
I don't visit as often as I should. Not the best nephew in the world, and I'll admit it. I said, hey, you home? Yeah, we're home. I got a present for you. Okay. And just kind of that voice of what in the world is going on? Like, Derek's going to sit me down, pyramid scheme me or something. Like, he's got me trapped.
He's trying to set me up for
He's into some weird stuff, that kid. I don't know. He's going to try to sell me some eBay goods.
He's promised me some pills that are going to make me skinny real
Something
quick.
like that. Yeah, we're going to get rich and win the lottery. He's going to try to get me investing in this scam of this Nigerian prince or something. So we go over there and, go knock on the door, and we're not going to stay long because we're just in the neighborhood. Yeah. We've been swimming. We get there having a Friday night. They don't want to entertain us because they're doing their own thing. And I just said, hey, we had some extra donuts. We were just over at the Cowabunga Bay. Have some extra donuts. Here you go. And she takes them, goes, puts them down on her counter, and she kind of fills them. And she looks at me and she goes, what's really in here?
Oh, no.
And I said, they're donuts. And she's like, what's real? And I said, you forget I am the nice one. I get, my family, for whatever reason, thinks I'm the trickster, I'm the mean one. I might joke around, but I got a bad reputation from other people that they just think that I have similar evil, ill intent, that I would go out of my way to deliver a box of donuts with like a squirrel in it or something. So when she opens it, it's in her apartment, and then I just leave laughing or something.
I think that's what you and all your high school buddies did.
But I've reformed and I'm being nice to people, and that's what she's like. What's in here, really? I'm like, open. They're donuts. I'm not gonna open. They're donuts. I brought you some donuts. And so the next day we had a family function, and I happened to see him down there after it was a church event, and her husband came up and he said, "Thanks for the donuts. Those were really great." And I said, "You're welcome." So do something nice for people. Especially if you have a bad reputation, you can rebuild yourself and redeem yourself. Rebrand. I was always the nice one. I just got caught up in, allegedly, I'd get the blame.
You did do some pretty outlandish things in your younger days.
Not to family.
Are you saying you didn't do anything to your cousins that were big fans of the Star Wars?
Loved them. Oh, and Star Wars. The Star Wars movie.
Uh-huh. I'm sure we could get Cousin Cole on the show and he could give some stories.
Only good ones.
Everett Fest?
That was fireworks for the whole community for free. A free fireworks show on the 4th of July to celebrate our independence as a country. And people come and have a great time.
The officers show up. No, sir, we don't have any.
You gonna let Johnny Long Finger of the law shut down your fireworks show? Or are you going to celebrate your freedom?
God bless America.
I didn't even make a joke about the donuts and the cops. You brought them into this.
Hey, don't even go there.
I support my law enforcement.
Do you have, Santaquin Police Department stuff hanging up in your office?
No, because I haven't been incarcerated there and stole stuff from them to put up in my office.
I support their canine program every single year. I get t-shirts. They goes to their supporting the dog.
Big fan.
Bud the dog.
The bounty hunter.
Yes.
So that's my derailed story. You were kind of, I think you liked it.
It was intriguing.
You'll get a better story off.
Okay, I'm looking forward to Off the Air.
And Michael Scott didn't write me back, so.
Yeah. Well, appreciate that. Hope you've had fun. Think we've done our damage today.
We've definitely done something.
If you didn't like it, tell us why. If you did, guess what? Every single week, you're going to get more of this.
I also got one more thing. Can I do one more thing that's kind of derailed? This doesn't have to do with eBay, but it does have to do with the listener of the program.
Yes.
So you know our friend Jay Wilkerson.
Oh, I love me some Jay.
Jay did a good review for us. My work was doing a fantasy football league.
Yes, I remember.
And they need one more spot. So, Jay loves some fantasy football.
Jay loves him some fantasy football.
So I contacted him. I said, hey, here's all the information. Pop in, join the group. It'll be fun.
Did he mention anything about my picture? Like my Yahoo picture was Sarah Palin.
I'll ask him. You want me to ask him about it?
Yes, ask him, because that was on our fantasy. This was like years and years ago.
This was back when Sarah Palin was a thing.
Sarah Palin. I had Jay's picture on
Sarah Palin. I
Sarah
haven't been
Palin.
trolling since then, because he loves everyone.
I'll troll anybody. Anyways, Jay's joining the fantasy group.
So I said, here's all the information. It's some people from work, and they had a couple random friends. They're trying to get 12 teams. We're 11. I'm like, just fill it out. You'll be in there, right?
Okay.
Then I go do my job. I have to work at my job. I don't always have my phone on me or, accessible because I'm driving and delivering and doing all my stuff. So I get back and I'm kind of looking, my phone's kind of blown up. And I look at the messenger because there's like a group messenger of like, they want to trash talk or whatever. And they're, who's Jay? Blah, 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 blah. We're kicking him out. No one knows who he is. They kicked Jay out of my work fantasy league because they didn't know who he was. And like an hour or two after, I told him to join and he doesn't. They can't get any of their people. We need a 12th man. We need a 12th man. So then I'm like, I text, I'm like, did they kick you out? And he's like, is that what happened? I'm like, I guess. I don't know what's going on. So he's all upset. You know, he has a little temper on him anyway.
I would be too.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. And so I sent a thing. I'm like, dude, you guys wanted the 12th guy to join. Just fill up the league. That's my friend. I'm working. I'm like, you guys don't kick somebody out after an hour. And so the guy that was running that comes back. He's like, I thought they just put like a default computer guy in there. I'm like, how would they do that? Y'all wouldn't do that. Like, why would you think that? And we'll just tell him to rejoin. I'm like, Jay doesn't work like that. I don't know if he will or not, but well, it's just first come, first serve. I said he was in there. You guys kicked him out.
He was the first.
He was first come. You did not serve him. Now he's kind of upset about it. Well, would he play? So yeah, Jay loves fantasy football. He loves to trash talk.
That guy stirs the pot.
We have a fun time. And I was a little iffy about it, but then I read some of the names of some of the people in there, their team names. I'm like, oh, he'll fit in just fine.
The best part is he's going to be even like, he's already going to have the edge.
And he participates and stuff. Well, he hasn't rejoined. He's still mad. I don't know if he's going to or not, but I know he listens to our show. He's reviewed us. So
he's got Jay.
Jay, I'm sorry, that had nothing to do with me.
They need the pot stirred.
If we had a fantasy football league here, we'd invite you to it, but we kind of disbanded that because we got busy. But now if they're going to let me do it at work, I'm going to do it. But anyways, I have to officially apologize to Jay for getting kicked out of the work fantasy football group. And if you want to rejoin, like I've told you, you're welcome. Now they're trying to fit. Oh, we need a 12th man. I said, you had him. You kicked him out. He doesn't want to come back necessarily. I don't know if he does or not, but he's pretty upset. So I had to publicly apologize on that one.
Well, Jay, there's your public apology. So
Adam still got a picture of you. He still thinks you're great. And Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Okay, I had to get that off my chest.
Oh, man.
We'll be back next week.
That was good, man.
And we'll have more Death Piles and Taxes for you. We got big football, college football kicking off, big rivalry week next week for us.
Lots of good things happening.
And then we're going to be going out to Wendover with a bunch of friends. Guaranteed a story comes from that one.
Always be scanning.
But always be scanning. Bolo, and really, Christmas is just around the corner. Get looking for those, hot toys, because there's one out there that can make you 10K in November, December.
There you
easy.
go. So there are two things that are for certain in life.
Those would be Death Piles
and taxes.